What's up guys, Josiah LaRue here, and today we're going to be talking about ASUS ROG gaming laptops. So yeah, today we're going to be doing an unboxing and first look at the ASUS ROG G750JM model gaming series laptop. So the tech company I work for ordered a couple of these for a client that we have, and I figured, hey, what better opportunity than to do an unboxing and first look for you guys. So here we go. So the ASUS ROG platform is ASUS's gaming series. Their ROG, or Republic of Gamers, is an entire line of different hardware for gamers in mind. So they have a whole range of motherboards for the desktop side, different accessories, sound cards, video cards, etc. And then for the laptop side, they have their ROG series laptops. They have a 550 series, which is a 15-inch, but their main models are the 750 series, or their 17-inch models. These things are beasts of a machine, and both in power and in size. It's a 17-inch display. It's about that wide, that big, and it's pretty thick in the back, but that's because of the very impressive cooling that ASUS has put on there, allowing the machine to be very powerful and very cool, not heating up even when under extreme loads. So what specifically is the JM model? Well, the JM model is kind of the entry level for the ROG 750 series. It's the lower end, but even for a lower end gaming laptop, it's still pretty spec'd out. So what exactly does it offer? Well, all of the G750 series has 17.3-inch LED HD display, 1080p. They're very gorgeous displays. Some people, who really like to nitpick about, how color and aspect ratios, can say that there is issues with these. They're not perfect, as most displays aren't, and you can certainly upgrade them to be better. But just out of the box for gameplay, amazing. For color and other professional work, maybe not the best. It might be better to export to a full 10-bit display or whatever, but ASUS has got you covered with several different display output options. More on that later. So they have the 17.3-inch display, and what drives that? Well, the new 750J series has been refreshed, and they now offer the NVIDIA 800 series mobile graphics. So for the 750JM model, it has the NVIDIA GeForce 860M with 2 GB of onboard GDDR5 memory for some pretty impressive gaming buffer memory and a very great performance. The 860M is actually comparable to the 660 or the 750 desktop card, so it's actually a very impressive mobile GPU. NVIDIA has come a long way in their mobile GPU range. And as you go up the ASUS 750 series, you get into the 870 and the 880 with even more RAM and even more impressive specs. But today we're just talking about the JM. For storage, the ASUS actually has a lot of different options here. There's actually 2 hard drive bays, so you can have 2 physical drives. This model comes stock with a 1 terabyte drive, but you can put in out of the factory 2 SSDs, an SSD and a hard drive, 2 hard drives. You can RAID them. ASUS offers a lot of flexibility. They also offer an M.2 slot on the motherboard, so you can put in an M.2 SATA drive on there as well for even more storage. So that's 3 different drive options, and that's very impressive. If you want just pure out balling speed, put it by a 256 or 512 gig SSD, amazing machine. Great hardware, great hard drive, amazing machine. Also for storage, you could have that 256 boot drive, and then like the 1 terabyte for your storage, for your projects or whatever, your games. So ASUS really offers you a lot of different storage options that way. So what about connectivity? They have 802.11 AC, NGB, etc. Wi-Fi plus Bluetooth 4.0, so plenty of wireless options. They also have gigabit Ethernet for wired connections as well. So when you're at that LAN party, you can plug right in and start gaming right away, wired or wirelessly. They have an independent microphone and headphone jack, which I appreciate. A lot of even gaming laptops like to combine the two, and that's harder to find. I think most real headsets have a dedicated headphone and a dedicated mic port, so great job there. They also have a VGA out. They also have a VGA out port, as well as an HDMI for USB 3. I really appreciate that for extended USB connectivity. as well as a Thunderbolt port. Yes, ASUS was actually one of the first ones on the Intel side to start adopting Thunderbolt and putting it in their products, and they've actually had it on the 750J series and last year's 750 series as well. It has an SD card reader, a 2 megapixel webcam, 2 speakers, and a subwoofer. The sound is not the greatest, but for canned speakers and a subwoofer in a gaming laptop, they're actually pretty dang impressive. The J750 series has 4 RAM slots, populated by default with 3 DIMMs, 3 4GB modules. So you have 2 on the back side and 1 on the front side. The nice thing about this is that the one on the front side, or actually the bottom of the board, there's 2 slots there, so you can pop this cover off easy and slap in another DIMM, or replace the other one and expand the entire RAM up to 32 gigs. So they offer plenty of different expansion for RAM storage, which is really nice. And speaking of repairability is actually very easy on this laptop. An interesting story is that a couple years ago, I actually worked for a computer manufacturing place where we worked on ASUS ROG series laptops, where we did upgrades and other things for customers. And taking apart these laptops is very easy, particularly in this year's model, where you take out 1 screw and you can have access to both hard drive bays as well as the RAM slot, or at least the one on the bottom. If you want to access the one on the other side of the motherboard, you are going to have to do a complete disassembly, but even that is not that hard. Simply taking a few screws out of the bottom allows you to see the rest of the panel. You do need to take some stuff off to get the motherboard out, but repairability on this laptop is actually fairly impressive if you know how to disassemble a laptop. Good thing there are plenty of guides online, ifixit.com, etc. have taken apart these laptops and shown you just how exactly to take it apart. So you can upgrade and pimp this thing out on your own if you have the confidence to do so, which is pretty awesome. So now let's take a look at the packaging. It comes in a nice black box with the ASUS ROG logo. You can see here on the front the picture of the machine. To the left it has the specs here. To the right, just another one. Now let's open it up. Inside you see the laptop protected in this nice white ROG bag. This is a anti-static, anti-scuff bag. It's very nice. I'm not sure what type of material, but it feels really nice. And to the left and right are the various accessories. But first let's take a look at the machine and pull that out. So now that we've opened it up, here we go with the ASUS laptop sitting here in its nice little protective baggie. Let's set that aside and look what are in the accessories box. Now the accessories box is right here in the center. First thing we have is the warranty card, a little safety brochure, the user manual, and a nice little cable tie that's Velcro on, very nice for wrapping up your power cable. Now to the left here we have the power brick. It's kind of thick but very beefy and provides good power, and then that has the plug that plugs into your actual laptop. Here you can see it compared with the thickness of my iPhone. As you can see, it's about 3 iPhones thick, so a little bit beefy, a little bit big, but that's what you need when you're powering a big powerful laptop like that. Now moving on to the right, we have the AC power cord to the large adapter. You plug the one end into the wall and the other into the large adapter. And the other is the lithium-ion battery. This is an 8-cell, 590 milliamp, 89 watt-hour battery. So if you're gaming, maybe 2 hours of gaming life, but if you're just using it for general light purpose use, you can get 3 or 4 hours out of it. So it's actually a fairly beefy battery for the amount of power that this laptop is taking. The nice thing is ASUS and Intel have really worked together to make their devices very power efficient, so that you're not using a lot of power when you're not actually doing anything very intensive. So now that we got all the accessories out of the way, let's look at the actual laptop. I'm going to pull it out of a little bag here, and there we go, in all its sexiness. Open up the lid here, and they got a nice little screen and keyboard protector. And there we go, that is what the ASUS G750JM looks like. The actual keyboard layout and the way the bottom looks is very much the same. The only difference between the 3 different models is the internals. So that's what a J750JM looks like. as well as all the other J750 series. The one thing I do like about the keyboard is that it has the full 10-key number pad on the side, which is nice for content people or multimedia people or whatever. So I'm glad, unlike some other gaming laptops, they didn't cut it out just to make it look better or something like that. And along the top they have a bunch of function keys where you push the FN key and then it does different things like change the Wi-Fi, the screen brightness, the sound, power options, etc. Now let's do a tour of the outside. Starting on the left, we have the Kensington lock, 2 USB 3.0 ports, and a DVD drive. Moving along the back, you can see the large fan grill, the slot for the battery, and the other large fan grill. Moving along to the right side, we can see the power jack, the VGA, the gigabit Ethernet, HDMI, Thunderbolt, 2 more USB 3.0, and the headphone and microphone jack. Looking at the bottom here, you can see the large intake vent. Put this tab back, and there's the screw. Remove that one screw, and you have access to the entire panel. So now I'm going to demonstrate how to repair the machine. Simply remove that tab, remove the screw, and then lift away the entire panel. And there you see, on the left side is the 1 terabyte hard drive. On the right side is where you can put another hard drive or SSD or whatever. There's the subwoofer down to the right, and up above are the 2 DIMM slots. It is populated by 1 DIMM, and you can add another. The opposite side of the motherboard are the other 2, but like I said, that is where you're going to need to do a full disassembly. But here you have access to 2 DIMM slots, and you can do some very quick upgrading. Now let's power this thing on and do an initial boot and see what this thing has for it. The ROG G750J series is all running Windows 8.1. So it's running Windows 8 right out of the box, and you are ready to go. Just is going to need the initial setup. So once it boots, it's going to ask me a PC name, a user account, and then I'm just going to choose Express Settings for the sake of the video just to get it all set up. After that, we're going to wait for it to finalize settings and get everything set up. Almost ready. And finally it launches to the start menu. So here we go, we're looking at the start menu. ASUS included all the standard Windows apps as well as a few add-ons. I mean, they have the Twitter, the Microsoft Office, the Wild, the Vimeo, the Netflix, or whatever, but most of these are just Windows apps which you can easily uninstall, and a couple of them are just going to need to be installed with there. The one thing I do like about ASUS is, unlike a lot of the other ones, they don't really cram in the bloatware. They do include some because this is where they really make their money, but it's not a lot, it's not overwhelming, so I'm going to give them a half thumbs up there. When you first launch the desktop, it pulls up the ASUS GPU tweaker. This application allows you to do a little bit of tweaking on the GPU, setting the fan speeds, the different memory clock speeds, how it responds to GPU temperature, the different memory size, and a little bit of tweaking. You can set it to run the GPU fan at full speed if you really want it cool and so that there's no throttling when you're gaming or doing other video rendering or whatever else. Or you can set it to dynamically ramp up depending on how much the load there is, depending on whether you want pure coolness or be more noise conscious. So that's pretty cool there. So yeah guys, that's my unboxing and first look at the ASUS ROG G750JM model 17-inch gaming laptop. So who is this for? Well, first of all, it's for the portable gamer, someone who wants to have great gaming power to be able to run modern games at medium to high settings and be able to do that on the go pretty much wherever they are. You're not going to get very high settings if you're running it on battery, but if you are plugged in, it will unlock all those throttles from power settings or whatever and allow you to play very decently comparable to a medium range actual desktop computer. The 860M graphics card combined with the i7-4700HQ processor is a pretty impressive powerhouse. The processor is standard across the board, but then you do increase the graphics depending on how you go up. But even that 860 is actually a very decent graphics card and it's going to give you a lot of gaming performance. And it's not just gaming as well. The other side of this laptop is the content professional or the mobile office guys, the ones who want a large system with a big screen, powerful enough to do graphics design, media content, 3D rendering, whatever, very powerful system. I mean, it's like a mini desktop packed into a fairly portable thing, and also the ability to game on the side if you want to. So this really is a very impressive powerhouse, but it does come at a cost. It's not very lightweight at all. Weighing in at about 10 pounds with the battery included, it's not very portable. It's portable, but you're definitely going to be paying for the performance in weight. But that weight is good because it's a very solidly built laptop, and it is cooled very well. Also, you are paying for it in price. Because of fluctuating prices or whatever, I'm not going to name an exact price, but as of shooting right now, it is over $1,000. If you want exact pricing and everything, check the link in the description down below. I have a link to the product on Amazon where you can check the exact price whenever you're watching the video. But spec-wise versus price-wise, it is very on par with comparable laptops, and they didn't really mark it up to provide, you know, a buffering like some products Apple does in their product line or whatever. It's a solid laptop for the price and for the performance, and I would definitely recommend it. So yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comment box down below, what do you think of the G750JM? Would you buy it? Would you buy, you know, the higher up, the JZ? What do you think of the ASUS ROG model in general? Would it be a product that you would buy? Do you not like ASUS? Do you like them? Would you go with a competitor like Razer or Alienware or MSI? Let me know. I love to read your comments. As always guys, thanks for watching the video. You can check out last week's episode over here, and links and other things of what I talked about down here. Hit that like and subscribe button down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!